I've got something very special to share. I recently discovered my great-grandfather's fountain pen, a Senator Regent that hasn't been touched in over 70 years. And the big question is, does it still work? In this video, you'll find out with me if this pen works. We're going to clean it up, see whether it holds ink, and most importantly, will it still write after all these years? I hope so, because incorporating a vintage piece, whether it's a fountain pen, a watch, or inherited cufflinks, adds quiet sophistication to a gentleman's style. And frankly, I'm always a bit chuffed anytime I can use something with a family story behind it. Hello everyone, I'm Scott, and here on Landed Style, I explore timeless living, classic men's style, and the traditions of quiet luxury from my real-life experiences with new videos every week. Hit subscribe if that sounds interesting, and now let's get going. When I found this pen among my great-grandfather's belongings, I had to look it up. I didn't know what a Senator was, but the brand is a Senator, and the model turns out to be what's called a Regent. From what I've read, these were made in Germany in the 1930s and 40s or later. This one has to be from the 30s or 40s because my great-grandfather passed away in 1954. I never met him. He was gone over 30 years before my time, but he was an elegant man. I keep these photos of him in my study, which is the room where we're going to work on this pen. This is a piston filler fountain pen, which means it has a built-in filling system. And let me show you how it works. On the end of the barrel, there's a small cap. When you remove it, you'll find a twist mechanism. As I turn it, a plunger moves down through the inkwell. I hope you can see it in the little green window. This works a lot like a syringe. This is how the pen draws in ink and expels ink, or in our case, it's going to be water for cleaning. So first, let's clean the pen outside with a soft, dry towel just to remove any dust or residue after sitting so many decades. It was actually in a little cigar-type box. Now for the inside. I'm putting on rubber gloves in case there's some sort of ink explosion here. I've got a glass of clean water here. We're going to dip the nib, the tip of the pen, into the water and then twist the piston to draw in water and then push it out. We'll probably repeat this a few times to wash it out. I'm trying to hold my gloved fingers out of the way so you can see. I want to see this too because it's quite cool. Look at that. Look, the first traces of ink. This is the first time this ink was liquid since the early 1950s. It looks brownish gray, like a brown-gray ribbon turning into a cloud. I'll dry it off. I'm probably supposed to dry it out or something, but I'm no expert. So now let's do the fun bit. The exciting part here, will this hold ink or be a disaster? I've still got the gloves on. I'm going to use black ink for this. So you put the entire tip into the ink bottle. I'm twisting the top. It's filling up. I'm twisting slowly here, and the piston is pulling up ink, as it should. I think I'll only fill it halfway, just in case there's a disaster. Okay, let's wipe off the excess ink. No leaks yet. And I'm going to give it a few shakes to test for any leaks. What do you think? So far, so good to me. But the real test, does it write? I'll clear the decks and we'll find out. I've got a good piece of writing paper here, so let's go. Does it write? Look, you're seeing this with me. It writes. For the first time in over 70 years, I think I'll write that. I'm gobsmacked. It works. The line flows, and honestly, it even gives my poor handwriting an elevated look. I should have written subscribe. I can't believe it. Not sure why I'm so surprised. This really is special. So you really did see that with me for the first time, and it was a success. I am so happy you could share that with me, and I hope you can see how happy I am with how this turned out. I can tell you that this pen, it's all dried off now. No links either, no ink coming through. This pen is going to stay on my desk, ready for some quick thank yous and quick ideas. And that's the beauty I see in vintage or inherited items. When you can make something like this part of your daily life, it elevates your style with meaning and story. Thanks for watching.